everyone. Kristin here from Ascent. Sorry, I'm a little late, a little technical difficulties here, but we made it. So we're going live. It's great to be here again this week. I'll be here every Thursdays for Vinyasa Flow. I'd like to, if you have any recommendations or things that you want to work on, visit our page and just comment anywhere that this video is posted or even on the page itself. We always love to hear from you. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll get started on our mats. Grabbing any water or blocks. If you like to have them in your practice, you don't necessarily need them, but if you want to have them nearby, then go ahead and grab those now. We'll get started in a seated position, so elevating those hips over the knees, maybe using a pillow or a block here. And letting the eyes become soft. You're welcome to turn on any music in your space. Maybe it's just your favorite jams or Spotify, one of Megan or Josie's playlists, if you're familiar with those. We'll get started. Again, just having your eyes closed. Don't mind me. Just trying to get the best view here. Awesome. Hands resting on your knees. Fingers nice and wide. And maybe just start to rub your hands up and down your legs here, if that feels okay. Maybe some slight movement in the hips. And then eventually coming to stillness in the center, sitting down through your sits bones. Let your hands be steady. Maybe noticing a warmth or friction underneath the hands and the thighs here. Noticing where the mind may go right to start. The beginning of your day. Maybe it's the first movement that you've had. Begin to breathe in and out of the nose. Noticing the sounds in your space, sounds around you, in your house, apartment. And then noticing the sound of your breath. There's an option to bring in Ujjayi breath here. It's like constriction in the back of the throat. Maybe letting the breath be audible for yourself. And sinking into that audible breath, that stillness within you. You sink in a little bit lower into your core, your center here. Maybe noticing a soothing effect of the breath. asking yourself what brought you to your mat today. What or who or why. And just carrying that with you throughout our practice this morning. Or maybe it's afternoon or evening where you are. And as you find that reason that brought you to your mat, maybe it's just to connect the mind and body, or whatever it may be, just finding a sense of connectiveness as everyone else tuning in right now. Searching for that connection in these times. Bring the hands alongside the body here. Maybe the fingertips touch the mat, keeping the eyes nice and heavy. And on your next inhale through the nose, flip the palms and slowly start to rise the hands up towards the sky, keeping the eyes nice and closed. Maybe the fingers touch overhead. Exhale, reverse the motion by flipping the palms outward and pressing down. And breathing out the mouth. Moving really nice and slow, mindfully here. We'll do that again. Inhale to flip the palms and slowly, like you're pressing through water, inhaling through the nose, filling up the belly, the ribs, the chest. Finally, at the top of your inhale through the nose, fingers touch, and exhale, flip the palms, let it all go out the mouth. Maybe the hands move a little faster. Maybe feeling some snap, crackles, and pops here. Beautiful. You can begin to flutter the eyes open and bring the hands to heart space. Press the thumbs into the chest and roll the shoulders up, down, and back. Give yourself a little smile here. We'll start with some hip circles. So option to keep your hands at heart space and work there with some core activation, or bring your hands to your thighs. And then just begin to rotate the heart space and the torso forward and back. Maybe noticing any tension or tight spots in the body, or spots that are more open. They can be bigger than mine or smaller than mine, the circles. Just find where you're at today. Maybe faster, slower movement. Switching directions as you feel complete on one side, moving to the other. Keeping the sit bones nice and grounded here. Maybe letting the neck do its own thing. Feeling an opening and maybe tightness in certain areas, tapping into the body. Good. Start to make those circles smaller wherever you are, coming back to a neutral spine. Shoulders are over the hips. Good. Sprinkle your right fingertips down alongside your mat. And then we'll inhale, raise through the opposite hand. And exhale, reach it over. Good. Inhale to center. And exhale, sprinkle those fingertips down towards the mat. Reach through your fingertips. Good. Moving with your own pace here. Inhaling to center and exhale. Nice big side stretch. Not staying for too long, just warming up the side body. We'll get into that in a second. Good. Reaching on the inhale. One more time. On both sides. Pressing down through the sits bones on your mat. Good. As you inhale the next time, hands reach up above. And then come to your side stretch. Reaching over. And this time as you inhale, reach the left shoulder down towards the ground, reaching almost forward into the side. Good. As you exhale, peel that elbow back. Inhale and exhale with your own breath here. Maybe closing the eyes. One more breath. Inhaling and exhale, and we'll meet in an exhale. So bending that elbow, opening up the shoulder. Maybe the gaze follows the fingertips. And as you inhale, engage your core, pull your navel in and rise up. Exhale, sprinkling over to the other side. Inhale, reach it forward, shoulder reaches down towards the mat. Inhale, bend through the elbow, opening up the shoulder. Again, gaze can follow the fingertips, or find a neutral gaze that works for your neck. Feeling the side body open. We'll do one more. Breathing at your own pace. Again, maybe faster, slower than I'm going. Ending with the exhale, or meeting with the exhale. Well, meet there. Shoulder peels back. Inhale, engage that core, rise back up. Good. Exhale, reach your hands forward, round the spine. Good. Inhale, peel them back. And exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. This time, bring your hands to heart center. Give your shoulders a little roll. Maybe notice any soothing effect in the shoulders or anywhere in the body. Maybe just close the eyes and do a full body scan of the torso, shoulders, neck, top of the head. Beautiful. Bringing your hands alongside your body, you can let your feet come out in front, taking Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose, also known as bound angle. May have to readjust as I'm doing with your supports. Coming into bound angle, knees are peeled out towards the side and soles of your feet can come into touch. And just kind of reaching, not forcing anything, down towards your feet, seeing where you're at, and trying to keep a straight spine. For a little less intensity, you can let the feet come out further in front. If you'd like more of a stretch, bring them in towards center. Good, and then clasping, finding where your edge is and where your body needs to be. This morning, clasp your hands around your feet and peel your feet open, like your feet are a book that you're opening up here. Try to roll your shoulders down the back, maybe tilt your head from side to side, puffing out your chest. Good. Maybe some circles like we warmed up with the torso. Feel good. Just really slight movement here. And if you notice, I have really tight hips, so I'm still sitting up on a bolster. Fine to use props here. One more inhale to shine through the crown of the head. And then exhale, start to round over your legs. And just come to a point where your head can be nice and heavy. A little slower start this morning for a little bit more grounding. So bringing that intention to your practice, or again, remembering what brought you here this morning, evening, or night. As you inhale, slowly start to rise up the spine, shoulders come back over hips, chin comes up. And then with your hands, gently let your knees come back into our center. And coming onto your hands and knees, make your way there into a tabletop position. Removing any props to the side. We'll meet there. Hands are spread under the shoulders, knees, under the hips. Start some cat and cows by dipping the belly, lifting the gaze, the chin. Exhale, rounding the spine, pressing through the palms, chin comes to chest. We'll start to move here, maybe closing the eyes or letting them be soft. Through your cat and cows, any free movement that's needed in the body. This is a great place to tap into that and kind of ask yourself without asking what you need. Just letting your breath move the body into what you need. Some C curves. Rocking the hips. Just let your body move with the inhales and exhales here. As you feel complete on both sides, we'll come back to a neutral spine, hugging that navel in, gaze is at the mat, and then tuck the toes and start to walk the hands forward, puppy pose. Let the heart space melt towards the mat, maybe the forehead comes down to rest. For a little bit more intensity, you can come up onto the fingertips here. Hips are over the knees. Breathing through the middle of the shoulder blades, maybe a little wiggle or movement here. Good, we'll take a little flow. So inhale to start to roll from the tailbone, pressing through the toes, up the spine, rocking forward, coming down onto your pelvic triangle, untuck those toes, press into the tops of the feet, cobra pose. Good, take an inhale. Exhale, start to press through the knees, tuck the toes, and rock it back, puppy pose. Inhale, rolling nice and slow, grounding into this flow and this fluid movement, really nice hydrating of the spine. So start to move with your inhales and exhales through your puppy pose and your cobra. Maybe pausing in one and the other. Yeah, the next time you roll forward into your cobra pose, planting through the pelvic triangle, pressing through the tops of the feet. We'll inhale, tall spine shining through the crown of your head. Exhale, rotate your chin over towards the right. Inhale to center and exhale to the other side. Coming back to center. Press through the knees, rocking back, pausing in tabletop this time. Maybe for me, long extremities, so walking the hands in a little bit. Tuck your toes, and this time start to hover the knees, pressing the heart space towards the thighs. Inhale, come back to table, drop the knees, untuck the toes, drop the belly, gaze lifts. Exhale around the spine like these cat and cow motions, hovering the knees, maybe pressing the chest towards the thighs. One more time. Exhale. Nice and grounding, like you're holding your yoga mat down. Start to straighten your legs. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana, bending into one leg and then the other. Warming up your down dog. Beautiful. Take a few breaths here, shaking the head out, yes or no. Pressing firmly into your pointer finger and your thumb here and wrapping those shoulders in. in through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. Let any tension go. Good. Just as we did from puppy pose, start to roll forward onto the tippy toes into your plank position. Shoulders right stacked, maybe a little bit further over the wrists, rocking forward and back. Good. Breathing into whatever's happening here, pressing through the palms. Always an option to drop the knees here. So picking where you're at. Good. Take another inhale. Exhale, lowering down, maybe coming through up dog. So flipping to the tops of your feet, hips and knees are off the ground, elbows in, or taking cobra or little baby cobra. Press it back to downward facing dog. Good. We'll take an inhale, rolling up plank pose. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Maybe a big bend in the knees feels nice. Inhale, press it forward. 2 more times. Exhale. Heels pull down towards the mat. Move through this rolling motion at your own pace. Feeling some fire building. Last one. Picking an inhale and exhale that works for your body. Good. Downward facing dog. Wiggle the hips here. Start to inhale onto the tippy toes and lifting the right leg up towards the sky. Maybe opening up through the hip. The foot drops to the opposite side of the floor. Good. Inhale back to center and exhale, foot comes down. Good. Inhale back up onto your tippy toes, pressing strong into your hands. Inhaling the left. Opening up the hip, bending into that knee. Good. Inhale back to center. And exhale, mindfully bring that leg back and down. Good. One more time. Inhale, rotate it over, plank pose. And this time as you exhale, press it back to down dog. And as you do that, start to walk your hands back towards your feet. For Uttanasana, forward fold at the back of your mat. Bending into one leg and then the other here. Good. We'll take a hamstring stretch. So inhale, bring the left hand under the face and bend into that left leg to straighten the right and open up through those fingertips. One more breath. Come on down, switch sides. Nice good morning stretch or nice to take before bed. One of my favorite hamstring openers. Good. Bring that left hand back and down. Inhale to a halfway lift. Melt the shoulders down the back. Good. Heart space presses forward. Exhale. Slight bend in the knees here. Flutter the toes. Inhale to press up. Pressing through the feet. Hands come up and overhead. Good. Exhale. Cactus the arms. Inhale one more time, lift up. And exhale, hands come down through heart center. Beautiful work, yogis. We'll start to get into our flows here, coming to the wide edge of your mat. So the wide edge of your yoga mat. And we'll start into Tadasana, bringing the feet under the hips. Grounding down into all 4 points of the feet. Good. You can bring the hands to the heart space here. Maybe soften the eyes or close them. Ground down through the left foot and start to raise up onto that foot to raise the knee up towards the chest for Eka Pada Tadasana. Flexing this foot, toes towards the face. Inhale. Tuck the tailbone. Exhale, let that knee come out towards the side. Good. Inhale. Exhale 2 more times through this motion, feeling and welcoming of the hips here, maybe a hello, some pops or cracks. Flexing that foot, coming back to center. Beautiful. And then this time as you exhale, bring it out to the side and start to straighten it to take a big, nice big step to the side for a wide-legged stance. So maybe readjusting for you. I have really long legs, so I like to take a good big stance here. Bring the hands to the hips, and then let your heels point slightly out, toes point slightly in. Start to inhale to flatten the back by rotating the torso towards the ground. Maybe a little hip wiggles feel nice here. Pausing halfway, so finding that elongation of the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Roll your shoulders down and back. Beautiful. As you take your next breath, you can let the right hand down towards the mat and then turn it open towards the opposite side. Just like we're doing in our hamstring stretches, you can keep the arm here or let it grow up overhead. Maybe some circles feel nice. Switching directions. And then bringing that left hand to the hip. We're going to come back to that neutral spine. So halfway lift, pressing through the pinky edges of your toes. Bring both hands to the hips, feeling some stability and engagement. Good. Let the left hand come down towards the ground and rotate first that shoulder up towards the sky. Maybe the gaze follows. Stay here or lift through the fingertips. You can stay static if you're feeling that this morning, or take some circles with the hand. Beautiful. Switching directions. And then coming back to the hip. Both hands come back to the hip. Little micro bend in the knees is good here to not lock out the knee or the legs. And then staying with your flat back, we're going to inhale the arms out to T. And exhale, round, pointing the fingertips forward. So spine slightly rounds. That's why I said that. Inhale, really launch forward. Exhale. Good work. 2 more times. Exhale. Press through the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Let the hands come down to the mat. Let the forehead and the top of the head just shine towards the ground here. Maybe walking the hands to side to side. Slowly heel toeing the feet towards the right side of your mat, so coming to the opposite side, or just bringing that foot in. So forward fold on the other side. We'll inhale to that halfway lift, roll the shoulders back and down, shine the heart space forward. Beautiful, yogis. Flutter your toes, press into your heels, start to rise up. Hands come up and overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms. Good. Inhale. And then your next exhale, come down through heart space. And then let that left leg come up maybe at the same time. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Flexing this foot's toes towards the face. Take an inhale, tucking the tailbone, standing tall. Exhale, open up. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Coming back to center. And this time when you exhale, press that knee out to the side. Start to straighten. And slowly, as quietly as you can, come down. Wide-legged stance. Bring the hands to the hips and start to rotate forward. Toes slightly pointed in. Heels slightly pointed out. Good. Start to rock the hips here from side to side in your halfway lift. Beautiful. Take an inhale, press from the tailbone through the crown of the head. Exhale, hands come down to props or the ground, and start to walk them behind you. Maybe pressing into the hands here. Finding a nice release. Bring them back to center. Come to a halfway lift, and we'll take that T and forward flow. So inhale, arms come out. Exhale, press them forward. 2 more times, inhale. Try to keep your hips steady. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Let the hands come down to the mat. Start to walk the right foot in towards the other side. And take a forward fold. Good. Go ahead and face the front of your mat. So turning if you're not there already. Take an inhale, halfway lift. And on your exhale, fold. Good. From here, I'm going to walk in, but you can stay where you are. We're going to take a standing L. So placing your hands on blocks of the ground. Inhale to raise the right leg. Maybe rotating the ankle or standing splits, whatever's in your practice. Good. Big, deep back breaths here. Your standing L. And then on your next breath, slowly just start to walk the hands forward, coming into a 3-legged dog from your standing L. For me, I'm readjusting from my setup. Maybe open up that hip. Beautiful. Inhale to your 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, hug it in towards the nose. Nice and tight, hold there. Beautiful, step it through to your right thumb. For a crescent lunge here, we'll press into that back heel, raise the front toes, come up onto the fingertips, and slowly and mindfully raising the hands up towards the sky, pressing through that back heel. Let's take a heart opener, bring the hands to heart center, and then they can sweep down alongside the body behind the low back. Clasping the hands, pressing the palms together, rotating the elbows in, heart space shines forward. Don't lose that bend in the front knee, raise your toes. One more breath here. And as you exhale, take a humble warrior, bringing the humble crescent, bringing the heart space down towards that thigh. Maybe just resting it on the thigh, that's okay. And reaching those hands up, knuckles up and forward. Beautiful. As you come out of the pose, start to rise the shoulders back up over the hips. Release the hands, bring them up and overhead. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the front foot. And from here, we'll step the right foot back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, back down towards the mat. Option to roll the body forward, flow through a vinyasa here, or meet me back in plank. Always an option to take some rest. Good. From plank pose, press through your palms and start to roll back, walking the hands towards the feet. Meeting again at the back of your mat. Nice little bend in the knees. Release the low back, the head. We'll take that 3-legged or standing L. Standing L here, or standing splits. Letting the top of the head shine forward. Beautiful work. Slowly and mindfully starting to walk back forward. A lot of walking with our hands today towards the front of your mat for a 3-legged dog. Maybe open up that hip. Good. Coming back to center. Inhale through, pressing through the heel. Exhale, bend through your knee. Hug it in towards your chest, rocking forward. Beautiful. Step it through towards your left thumb. Same thing on the other side. Flutter those toes, press into the heel. Start to rise up onto the fingertips and come on up, Crescent Lunge. Beautiful. Taking that heart opener, bring the hands alongside the body, clasping them behind the back. Press the palms together. Again, shining your intention forward. Being here presently on your mat. Take an inhale and exhale, start to rotate forward to your variation of humble warrior, crescent. Gaze can stay at the mat. Chest can stay grounded on that thigh, or maybe you want to work the core more by bringing it inside the leg. Beautiful. To come up, press into those feet. Shoulders over your hips. Shining forward, release your hands. Arms come up. Take an inhale, press that right leg forward, left hip back. And bring the hands mindfully down, frame the front foot. Good. Mindfully bring that left foot back, three-legged dog. And exhale, foot meets the mat. Rolling forward towards your plank pose. Flow through your vinyasa here. Or again, maybe take some rest in child's pose. Meeting in a downward facing dog. Good. From here, we'll inhale, lift up onto the toes. Lifting the right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend to the knee, twist it over towards your opposite elbow, rocking the shoulders over the wrists. Inhale. And exhale, hug that knee in, nice and close. Beautiful, step it through towards the thumb. From here, we're going to take Skandasana, so rotating onto that front foot, the heel of the front foot. And from here, I'm facing away from you, but you can play with maybe walking those hands forward, and we're kind of rounding into the spine. Or if you'd like to play with some balance here, bringing the hands to heart center. Or maybe making some free movement with the hand. Creativity really taps in to our self-expression here. So doing whatever feels right for you. Maybe making it up as you go. Whatever feels good. Beautiful. From here, option to bring the hands down and rotate the hips up, or bring them to heart center and work with some balance. We'll be in a wide-legged forward fold at the wide edge of your mat. Letting the heart space shine towards the thighs, top of the head, towards the mat. Let anything roll off that's not serving you. Good. Start to rotate to the other side, Skandasana. On the opposite side, again, maybe walking those hands forward and rounding into the spine. That feels really nice on the inner thigh. Maybe playing with some arm variations and balance here. Bringing the hands to heart space. And we're flexing this toe in, right? So we're trying to keep this toe flexed, foot flexed, toes pressed in. Finding any self-expression with the arms. Having fun with it. Bring a smile to your face. Beautiful. Maybe on this side you try to keep the arms up and come back to center. You can always bring them to ground. Nice wide-legged forward fold. Beautiful. Start to rotate towards the back of your mat. So I've been teaching a lot of just going all over a mat and kind of exploring here. So noticing what that feels like for you. So we're in the back of our mats in our low lunge here. Good. Take an inhale. Try to press the heart space forward, shoulders back. On your next exhale, shoot that leg back and up, three-legged dog. Beautiful. Open up the hip, bending into the knee. Inhale back to center. And exhale, foot comes down. Beautiful. We'll rotate, inhaling onto the tippy toes. Right leg reaches up. Open up the hip. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bend and roll forward. Hugging everything in. Right foot steps towards right thumb. Good. Coming into your Standasana. Onto that heel. Flexing this foot, so peeling those toes in. Start to maybe balance here. And then find where you're at, so know where your edge is. Option 2 is stay here and kind of work with balance or hands on the ground. Or start to rotate up and over towards the other side. All right, so having fun with this, having fun with your practice, letting any expectations go, moving from side to side here. Again, maybe you'd like to let your hands come up or to whatever variation. Doing some self-expression here. Beautiful. From here, you can bring the hands to heart space if they aren't already, and then continue to rock back and forth here, but we're gonna slowly come up. So start to not go as deep into those bends towards the heel. Good, slowly coming up into that wide-legged stance. Good, maybe catching your breath. You can grab some water if you need. Good, we'll meet here in a wide-legged stance. This time press your toes outward, heels pressing in, and we'll start to get into our peak opening through goddess pose variations. So start to bend into those legs, bending into the knees. Again, maybe rocking side to side, a little familiarity here. Good. From here, sweep the arms down behind the thighs and press your heart space forward, rolling your shoulders back, holding on to the back of the thighs. Little arch in the spine. Try to tuck the tailbone down towards the mat. Feel a little fire building. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. Beautiful. Inhale, press it all the way up. 5-pointed star. Good. Exhale, cactus the arms, bending into the knees, your goddess pose. Really nice, fierce pose here. Again, a lot of self-expression, so maybe doing a little dance or just laughing at me, rocking side to side here. As you inhale, press it up, 5-pointed star. This time, exhale, goddess pose. Peel your elbows back. On your next breath, bring your hands to your knees and start to roll your right shoulder towards the mat. And then moving to the other side. Linking your breath with your movement. Again, maybe moving faster or slower than me. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Press your hands forward towards the front of you, whether that be the front of the mat, the side of the mat. Good. Inhale, exhale, T position, or bend into those elbows. Inhale, exhale. One more time, you got this. Inhale and exhale. Good. Bring the hands to the knees, down the legs, straighten out the legs. Toes torn in, heels point out, forward fold with wide legs. Let the head be nice and heavy here. Beautiful. As you inhale, come to a halfway lift, so a flat back, rolling the shoulder blades away from the ears. Slowly bring the hands to the hips, start to rise up. Good, let's take a little back bend here. Toes can be pointed in, heels still out. Clasp behind the back, so clasping your hands in a fist, pressing your palms together. Rolling one side of the chin over to one shoulder, and then the other. Little neck rolls. And then maybe looking up. Pressing the palms away from you. Take an inhale, and on your next exhale, start to roll forward with a flat back. So keeping that neutral spine, and then peeling all the way down. For yoga mudra arms, you can rock side to side here. Letting anything that doesn't serve you, again, roll off the top of the head here. To release this pose, bring the hands back to the low back. Start to roll up to that halfway lift. And as you exhale, we're going to come back into your goddess pose. Turn your heels in, toes out, bend into the knees. Keeping clasp in your hands. And feeling the shoulder blades roll down and back. Option 2, come up onto one tippy toe, and then the other here. And just playing with what that feels like for you. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up, knees and legs straighten. Exhale, bend into the knees. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Good. From here, keeping your hands where they are, start to rotate the body forward, the front body, over the thighs, keeping a nice big bend in the knees here. And then a little squat, awkward position. And then let the hands drop down. Option to stay here or work with T-arms, or bring one hand to the opposite leg and the other over to the left. It's often called maybe spider pose. So letting the head be kind of heavy here towards the ground. Option to come up onto one tippy toe and then the other. So here's our peak pose, pulling those those legs in and pressing away from your hands. Woo. Okay, come down onto your heels, let your hands go. Good. Heel toe the feet in towards each other and start to sit those hips down towards your yogi squat, pressing the elbows into the knees here. You can rock side to side, maybe use a support under your tailbone, or for a little bit more, raise your hips up. Let your hips come down, releasing your hands onto your seats. Beautiful. And turning towards the original position on your mat. So if I got you all switched around, that was the point, but making your way back to center here. We'll take a nice forward fold, bringing both legs out towards center, maybe giving them a tap on the floor. And then for me, again, I have really tight hips, so I'm going to elevate with a pillow, so grabbing any props you need, grab some water. We'll start to wind the body down. For a nice forward fold, bring the hands alongside of you. Inhale the right and the left. Filling up all the way, and as you exhale, rounding forward towards your feet or your legs. It's okay to have a big, nice, rounded spine here. Let the head rock side to side. Wherever you grab your legs is okay. A nice big bend in the knees is always helpful. Again, letting it go of any judgments or expectations. Inhale to slowly start to roll back up the spine, shoulders over hips. And then bringing your right leg in towards center. Place your right hand right beside your right hip here, maybe a little bit further. And then as you inhale, raise through the left. And exhale to roll forward, maybe the inside of that leg, grabbing a toe or the heel, or just resting it inside. You can keep your right hand here, or maybe reach it up towards the sky. Just as we did in the beginning of practice, you can play with staying here or rolling that shoulder forward and down and opening it back up. Again, feels really nice and juicy in that side body. Coming to stillness wherever you are. Letting that right hand come back and down. Start to engage the core and start to lift up through the left hand. Planting down through the right, we're going to lift those hips up. Reach through the left hand. Good. Exhale, coming back down. We'll take that dynamically, reaching through the left, towards the leg, over through the right. Right hand sweeps down, left hand lifts. Move with your own breath here. Maybe it's faster or slower than I'm going. Again, that's perfectly fine. Tap into your breath. Maybe close the eyes. Move through one more round. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Mindfully bring the shoulders back over the hips. Switching sides with the legs, maybe shaking them out as you bring them out in front of you. Give them a little wiggle or side to side. Windshield Wipers, good too. Bring the left knee in. Left foot in, extending through the right. Left hand can come to the left behind the left hip. And raise up through the right. Pointing the toes towards the face. Start to rock forward towards wherever you land here. Trying to bring that hand, the arm maybe inside of the right leg. And stay here or lift open through the left hand. Beautiful. Maybe taking this dynamically by reaching the left fingertips forward and down, shoulder, rounding the spine, and exhale to open, just as we did in the beginning of our practice. One more round, wherever you may be. Tapping into that side body. Left hand comes back down, right hand reaches up. Lifting the hips up towards the sky, reaching through the fingertips. Exhale for your extended, one leg extended forward fold. Again, taking this at your own pace. And using your breath to move the body here. Remembering, or bringing to mind, bringing awareness to what brought you to your mat today. 2 more rounds wherever you are, flowing through. This fluid motion, almost like a wave. It's been really hot here the past couple of days in Fort Collins, so it's a nice soothing thing to think of. Maybe waves in the ocean or the reservoir. Good. Coming back down to center, we'll release that, bring the heels and feet onto the mat. Knees pointed up. You can remove any props if you'd like. to the side. Take some windshield wiper knees side to side here. Beautiful. Coming all the way down onto your back, so you can choose to come down through some ab activation through boat, or come all down as I did. Making your way to your backs. Take a figure 4, bringing the right foot up towards the sky. Peel your toes towards your face. And then bring that heel over the thigh. Grabbing behind the left thigh, pressing maybe into that right knee socket. Rocking side to side here. We won't be here for too long. Good, bring that leg down, right leg lifts. And exhale back down to the mat, lifting through the left. Exhale, heel to thigh, stay here, or take some activation, lifting the legs, rocking side to side. Good, both feet meets the mat, left leg reaches up. Bring that leg back down. Option 2, work with bridge pose, or follow me with a shoulder stand. So hugging the knees in towards the chest here, rocking side to side, tuning into the low back, getting a nice massage. Let the feet come back down to meet the mat. Inhale to tuck the tailbone and start to lift the hips up towards the sky. And then staying here working with bridge as I mentioned, or coming underneath the low back, lifting one leg up and then the other, moving mindfully. And if that transition didn't work for you, then find something that did. You can also hug both knees into the chest and work your way up there. So if that felt a little knotty or not so smooth, find your way if shoulder stand is in your practice. Heels point towards the ceiling, maybe opening them up or taking some sort of leg variation here. Again, maybe stacking the legs and moving them side to side. Point the toes towards the face, press to the heels. Nice flat back here. Beautiful. You can come down through plow or come on down your own way. Plow, you can reach the feet overhead. And then slowly let the knees come in towards the chest. Rocking the knees from side to side here. Good, bring the feet down towards the mat. Taking any other poses if they're in your practice before coming into Shavasana. And I'd like to offer Shavasana today in our butterfly or Baddha Konasana legs. So letting those knees peel out towards the side. And maybe letting your hands rest in cactus, or option to place one over the belly and one over the chest. And of course, if this isn't comfortable for you or just not what you're feeling, take Shavasana traditionally or whatever that means for you. As you settle in here, closing the eyes, melting the body onto your mat. Noticing the sounds in your space around you. Breathing to replace those sounds with your own breath. Tuning in and sinking into your core, your center here. Melting your shoulders down into the mat, relaxing your toes, your heels, your knees, relaxing them away from any stress or tension. Feeling the belly rise and fall. Sending yourself some gratitude and remembering that intention that brought you here today. Really breathing that in, breathing it into your core, your center. Relaxing the right side of your neck, the left side, the back of the neck, the jaw, the tongue, the cheeks, the forehead, as you breathe in that intention and gratitude here in your Shavasana. Let anything else go out of the top of your head. Welcome to stay just as you are for as long as you like in your own space, your Shavasana, or if you'd like to come out with me, you can start to deepen the breath here, maybe rock the head from right to left. Making any movements in the body to wake up. You can extend the legs if you took butterfly. Or maybe flutter your wings up in your butterfly here to wake them up. Reaching the hands up and overhead for a good morning stretch. And then making your way to a seated position as we started practice at your own time. Again, only if you'd like to come out. Whether that be coming through your favorite side, pulling the knees in, or maybe rocking up. Taking your time to make your way there as we begin our practice in Sukhasana. Let the eyes be nice and heavy. Hands resting on the thighs, and maybe rubbing down and back on the top of the thighs. If this feels okay, start to maybe go a little bit faster here. And then coming to stillness, feeling that heat and friction under the hands, the thighs. We'll bring that to heart space, so option to place the palms together or bring those warmed hands, palms facing down on the chest here. And taking a nice big inhale through the nose. Pausing at the top of that inhale, filling up with breath and gratitude. What brought you here today? Inhale a little bit more. And exhale, release out the mouth. Bringing maybe a smile to the face. It was my honor and my pleasure to be here with all of you and connect in this way. Again, my name is Kristin, and I'll be here every Thursday going live, or you can catch them later on YouTube on Ascent's page. But the light and love truly shines through the same light and love within each and every one of you. Namaste. Again, thanks for tuning in, and Josie has an awesome restorative class later tonight, so check that out. And I again hope to hear from you in some way, shape, or form virtually, and I hope you have a great rest of your morning, day ahead, and also a big weekend ahead.